Alright, in today's video, we are going to identify what the swing states are in this election. I kind of have two levels of swing states here. I have swing states that'll kind of decide this election, and then states that are still considered swing states, but likely will not be as close. But first, I'm going to identify the safe Democratic and safe Republican states. So the Northeast, Illinois, and the West Coast are states that I am saying are safe Democrat. And then for safe Republican, a lot of these states in the middle of the country. Alright, those are, and Alaska. Alright, those are states that, so for the Democrats, 182, very, very safe, and for the Republicans, only 92 that I am saying are very, very safe. So this next level, which is not as close swing states, are states that have historically been maybe swing states, but are trending more one way than the other. I'm using data from past elections and how close. So Virginia, no one is saying that Virginia is going to be a Republican state in 2020, but it was within 10 points in 2016. And within 5 points in 2012. So it is definitely going to count as a not as close swing state. Other ones, I'm just going to do these all right now, are Nevada, New Mexico, and Colorado. Nevada was only 2 points in 2016. Colorado wasn't even, or Colorado was 4.9. New Mexico is 8. These are all states expected to go Democrat in 2020, but they qualify as not as close swing states. For the Republicans, these are states I think that they will win in this category. South Carolina, Missouri, and Indiana. I only say Indiana. Indiana's been solidly Republican. In 2008, Indiana went to the Democrats by 1 point. Missouri was close in 2008 and again in 2012. I also think that Nebraska's 1st congressional district and Maine's 2nd congressional district fall into this category. All right. And also I'm gonna put Montana. Some of you may wonder why I'm putting Montana. Montana has a Senate race that's expected to be close. In 2008, actually, Montana was within 5 points, which is, people think of Montana as a very solid state. They had a Democratic governor, and if Steve Bullock wins the Senate race there, they could have 2 Democratic senators following this election. Now to the very close swing states, and there is a kind of a lot of them. Arizona, historically a Republican state, but it has been getting closer. Arizona right now, Biden has a 2.9% lead in the polls, but as we saw here, before March, Trump had a few point lead, so this is definitely a toss-up swing state. The Senate race here is looking like Mark Kelly will win. It'll still be close, but it'll be interesting to see how many Trump-Kelly voters there are. Next, very close swing state is Texas, and its big 38 electoral votes. Right now, I believe, Trump and Biden are dead even. Texas first came onto this kind of maybe it's swing state, maybe it's not, in 2016, where Donald Trump won it by 9 points. But it's dead even right now, so it is expected to be one of these more toss-up swing states. Next is Minnesota. Minnesota has been the longest solidly Democratic state. However, the Republicans are getting close to flipping it red. It was less than 2 points in 2016. 2012, it was 7 points, so it's definitely getting closer. Right now in Minnesota, Biden has a big, solid lead. Biden had 4 or 5 point lead, now definitely has a bigger lead. I expect this will get closer. Should be a Democratic state. Biden will win Minnesota probably between anywhere in 3 and 5 points. But we're going to say it's a toss-up based off its electoral history. Next is Iowa. Iowa had one of the biggest swings, mainly because, Iowa right now, Trump has a lead. I'm going to predict right now that Trump is going to win Iowa. In 2012, the Democrats won it by 5. And in 2016, the Republicans won it by 9. Almost a 15-point swing. So Iowa, I'm going to say, is going to go, likely will be Republican. But because Iowa did go blue twice, I'm going to say that it is one of these very close states. Next is Wisconsin. Wisconsin has kind of always been a close state, even going back to 2004, it was within 1%. In 2008, it wasn't as close. Barack Obama won by over 10 points. In 2012, it got closer, especially because Mitt Romney's vice president was from Wisconsin. And in 2016, Donald Trump won by less than 1%. Right now, Wisconsin, it was really close. It's since Biden has kind of gotten a bigger lead, but I expect that this will be the closest. Of the Midwestern states, if any of them are going to go red besides Iowa, I think it'll be Wisconsin. Next is Michigan. Michigan was another state that went solid blue for Obama and then flipped for Trump. Right now there's a 7.6 lead. Michigan, 0.23%, and that's why it went for Trump in 2016. In 2012, wasn't as close. 9.5%. But because of how it went in 2016, this is why it's a very close swing state. Another one, Ohio. Ohio, I actually think will go to the Republicans. It has stayed very close. I think Trump has a pretty decent shot at winning Ohio, despite Biden has a little bit of a lead here. Ohio's always been close. Going back through electoral history, Ohio's, swung back and forth so many times. We'll see who it goes for in this election. Pennsylvania went for Trump in 2016, went for Obama both times. Right now, it was within 2 points. Right now, Biden is leading by 7.5. New Hampshire, and it's 4 electoral votes. In 2012, it was 5% to Obama. And in 2016, it was less than 1% to Hillary Clinton. I don't think that New Hampshire is going to be as close as a lot of other states. You can see here 7.1. But it is definitely going to be a swing state. Now to 3 southern states. North Carolina. North Carolina went blue in 2008, it went red in 2012, and it went red in 2016. All less than 5% wins. Right now in North Carolina, I think will be a very, very close state. Really tight, only 2.8% lead for Biden. I also think that Senate race will have a big part of what the presidential race ends up looking like. Georgia, I think will go to the Republicans, but by a smaller margin. In 2016, they won by a little over 5 points. In 2012, it was Republican by 7 points. So it is definitely trending Democrat. I don't think Joe Biden will win this. Yeah, it's been really, really close. Trump's up by a point. I think it'll go Republican in this election, but it is a close state. Last, Florida, and it's 26 electoral votes. Florida has always been the most important state in the election. George W. Bush won the presidency by 500 votes in Florida, and recently in 2018, former Florida Governor Rick Scott, the Republican, defeated the incumbent Democratic Senator Bill Nelson by 600 votes, which is crazy in a state as big as Florida. Right now, Florida polls are close-ish. I think they'll narrow up. I think Florida you really can't predict Florida because it has swung so much. All right, so to conclude, we have so many swing states in this election. I think these states that I have colored in yellow, the not as close swing states, why don't I just show you guys what I think they'll go. I think Nebraska's second will go Republican, along with Montana, Indiana, Missouri, South Carolina. I think the Democrats will win Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada, Virginia, and Maine's 2nd district as well. All right, that is all for this video.